Welcome to Real People, Real Life, where everyday conversations lead to extraordinary insights. We're all about digging into the lives of regular people who've achieved success on their own terms. From business and entrepreneurship to fitness, politics, education, and beyond, we cover it all. This is Real People, Real Life. And now your host, Ryan Chereau.
Well, good morning, Nancy.
Good morning, Ryan.
Thank you for taking the time. We've actually enjoyed our visit here with you. Thank you for opening up your house. Your generosity is always amazing. Hello there, Copper. You want to be part of the show? So one of the things we talked with Gerald yesterday, your wonderful husband, and wanted to talk to you today about something that's happening in America pretty much is marriage rates are down significantly. And people, especially young men, are not considering marriage up into their late 20s, early 30s, if at all. And part of the reason is divorce rates are so high, and so many people look at marriage as, they've been sold it as a terrible thing or something that is going to give you problems in life and headaches. It's going to end up in divorce. They're going to lose all your money. And so all this negative information has been thrown at young people, and they've pretty much are steering clear from marriage. You and Gerald have been married, going to be going on 63 years.
Correct.
What's the secret?
Well, I attribute the secret to having respect for one another, not taking each other for granted, and always being kind to one another and good to one another. And I've written something for newlyweds. I had a friend that her son was getting married, and they knew that Gerald and I had been married for a long time. And she thought it would be nice for me to sit down and write how that we've been able to stay married for so long. So I told her I would. And so I came up with this letter that I wrote. And it says that we would like to congratulate both of you on your marriage. So many young people have decided to live together instead of marriage. No commitments, which is not God's plan. Your wedding vows probably said for better or worse, richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and to be faithful to each other until death do you part. Hopefully that's a very long time. God's word in Ephesians 6:31 says, for that cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and the two shall be one flesh. Ephesians 6:25 says, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. Ephesians 6:28 says, so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies, that he that loveth his wife loveth himself. When husbands love their wives, he does not put her down, abuse her, talk down to her, or scream and degrade her. Ephesians 6:22 says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband as unto the Lord. Wives need to remember that you are a help, support, respect, and encourage your husband in all things. Submit does not mean being put down and walked on or being meek and mild. However, you need to remember that your husband is under a lot of extra stress and responsibility to provide and care for his wife and her well-being, as well as the children that might come along. He is responsible for making sure his wife is safe and cared for, as well as housing and her spiritual growth. Wives have the responsibility of making sure the household is well maintained. The wife sets the tone of calm or confusion, so it's important to strive to have a calming atmosphere for your husband to come home to after a long day at work. and prepare well-balanced meals for her family. Ephesians 6:23 says, "For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church." Our former pastor's wife used to say that he is the head, but she was the neck that turned the head. Now, I would like to give you a little background on our lives together and how we have been able to have a long and wonderful married life together. Gerald and I have been happily married for 62 years. June 9th, it'll be 63 years. We were childhood sweethearts and met when Gerald was 14 and I was 12. We lived in the same neighborhood. Gerald quit school in the 8th grade. He was the only 8th grader shaving and driving at 16. So he got his mother to sign for him to join the Army. His choice. He served for 3 years and 3 months. He got his education and his GED while he was in the Army. He got out of the Army, honorable discharge, February 1962, and got a job. He was 20 years old when we married. I continued going to school while he was in the Army. My senior year, I was in DCT, which is a work program, and I worked half a day at a bank. I was 18 years old when we married. I graduated on June the 5th, and we got married June the 9th, 1962. We had a big, beautiful church wedding, but no money or time for a honeymoon because Gerald had been sick just before the wedding. So we stopped at a Burger King. Everyone had written "just married" all over the car. So you can imagine all the looks and the comments that we got when Gerald went in to get our hamburgers. We got our Whoppers and went to our apartment we had rented to live in. I'm not going to tell you that it's been a bed of roses all the time. With those beautiful roses come thorns and difficult times. However, you need to go into your marriage with the knowledge that this union is a work in progress and needs work daily. Nothing that is worth anything comes easy. Go into your marriage life with love, respect for each other, and a commitment to stay together. Never, ever make fun or criticize your mate in public, in front of friends or family. Always be encouraging and lifting up each other. If there is something negative you need to discuss, this can be done between the two of you behind closed doors. Never go to bed mad. Talk it out and resolve the problem that day. Don't wait until later, and never walk out mad. Agree to disagree. Watch how you discuss the problem. Watch what you say, because you can't take those hurtful words back once they are said out loud. You both may forgive, but you will never forget. It's like putting nails in a fence. You can pull the nails out, but the holes are still there. Never take each other for granted. Life will get complicated and humdrum. Same old thing day after day. You should make a special effort to make things exciting for each other. Keep each other wondering what unexpected pleasure or activity is next. These don't always have to be something big or expensive, just a love note, handwritten, in different places, or a simple unexpected hug and kiss with the words whispered. Do you know how much I love and respect everything you do for me? You can't imagine how special this will make each other feel. Some great advice that was given to Gerald and I was to wait 5 years before we started our family. This would give us time to enjoy each other and get to know each other, because once the family starts, it's all about the kids. We would leave after work on Fridays and just drive somewhere different We always kept a pair of underwear and a toothbrush and toothpaste in the glove box of our little Volkswagen. And so we'd just take off and go. We'd come back in time to go to work on Monday. We didn't have any dogs or responsibilities, so we were free to go and do as we pleased. It was wonderful, and we enjoyed that time together. Our first daughter was born 8 years later, and we were ready to settle down and enjoy our children. Always kiss each other goodbye and welcome home, like it might be the last time that you ever see them. Continue holding hands, being affectionate with each other, and tell each other I love you each day. Gerald always likes to tease by telling me that he takes me with him everywhere he goes so he doesn't have to kiss me goodbye. And also he likes to say, I told you I loved you when I got married, and he would let me know if anything changed. He is so bad. But I love his sense of humor, and he is full of it. Never a dull moment with Gerald Brown. May God bless your union, and remember to put God first in your relationship. Stay in his will, and he will direct your path. It's important to remember that through the years of raising a family and different circumstances in life, your likes and interests will change. Grow and change together and not in different directions. Because when you are old and alone, you still need to be interested in the same things and enjoy spending time and interest together. It is so easy, if you're not careful, to develop separate interests. Then, when you have nothing in common and not enjoying spending time together, when this happens, you will probably want to go your separate ways. Don't give up. Rekindle the fire and recommit to your vows and grow together again. It's never too late to honor your vows. Till death do you part. I realize this is a lot of information to take in right now because you are newlyweds and all is new and well. Keep this letter handy and read over it time to time in order to see how you're doing. Our prayers for you is that God will bless your marriage many, many years.
That's beautiful. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Live for the other person.
Right.
And show them the respect and love instead of being selfish. I think we have complicated, these generations have complicated things so much, and to the point where marriage is a scary thing, something that they don't want to do.
Yeah.
And they can take a big lesson on keeping it simple. Success is all you need to see in 62 going on 63 years. And I've seen it personally. My wife has seen it personally, the level of love and respect. You guys are like newlyweds. Gerald still loves you. He sees you as his girlfriend. His eyes light up when he sees you. And, like anything in life, like you said, there's hard work. There's good times. There's bad times. And people need not give up so quick in everything. And
it's so easy to do. I mean, you get mad and you say hurtful things and then it goes bad to worse, but you just need to work through it and not give up.
People have pushed back so hard over the last few generations on traditional marriage, traditional values, but it works.
It works.
You can push back all you want, but put God first in your life. Put your husband and wife first in your life. Fight together through the hard times. Find common ground. Don't go to bed angry. And keep it, I said it again, keep it simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Life will throw enough complications at you to where you don't need to add to it.
Right.
Well, I think that's a wonderful story, and people are gonna hopefully take that to heart and play it over and over again. Hopefully thousands, if not millions of people will hear it
and have a happy marriage.
And make their marriage happy. And well, thank you, Nancy. That was really what I wanted to talk to you about. And I wanted to get that letter out there for everybody. This will be short and sweet, but all the proof is there.
Yep.
So
we're still together, still going strong.
Well, we'll do this again at 70 years.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
It's been a pleasure.
You've been listening to Real People, Real Life. Our passion is to have real conversations with real people who've made it. Real people who've made it, who did it on their own terms. Plus, we talk about business, fitness, politics, education. Plus, we don't shy away from our thoughts on the controversial issues of the day. So if it's happening, you'll hear it here. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, catch us on Twitter or X at RPRL Podcast and on YouTube at Real People, Real Life Podcast.